All right. Hello, everyone. Today, I want to go over what are peptides and why they matter. So, peptides right now are probably one of the most misunderstood conversations happening right now in health. And there's a lot of people who think they're magic. There's people who think they're dangerous. And most people, honestly, they really just don't understand what they are. So let's just kind of clear that up so you feel more comfortable about deciding if peptides might be right for you. So, a peptide is a simple short chain of amino acids. Now, amino acids, these are the raw material your body uses to build everything. We're talking structure, enzyme, hormone receptors, the machinery that keeps you alive and functioning. So, when those amino acid chains are long and complex, these are going to form proteins. Think of proteins. I think the best analogy is to think of it like a full architectural blueprint for a building or a house. It's got all the wiring, all the plumbing, all of the structural details. They're big, they're foundational, and they're complex. So, how are peptides different? Well, peptides are I like to think of it as little sticky notes placed directly on that blueprint. They don't rewrite the whole plan, but they're just saying, hey, fix this section, build here, turn this up, calm this down. It's the same building, same materials, but peptides are the instructions, and biology runs on instructions. Your body isn't just organs sitting there doing random things. Your It's a communication network. And so your brain is what's talking to your gut. Your immune system is talking to your tissues. Your metabolism, it's talking to your hormones, and your muscles, they're talking to your joints. Everything is communicating constantly. We're talking 24/7. And one of the primary languages your body uses for that communication is peptides. So when one cell needs another cell to take action, they need to repair here, reduce inflammation there, release hormones, shift metabolism. It doesn't send this long explanation. It sends a short, precise message. That message, again, is a peptide. Now, here's how that message actually works to put it kind of in perspective for you. On the surface of your cells are receptors. Think of receptors like locks, and peptides are the key. Another visualization is, when I'm 60, so I had, one of my favorite toys as a little kid, and even my kids, was that big round ball with all the different shapes in it. And you had to pick up a piece and try to fit it into the right shape. That's what this is doing. The right shape into the right piece into the right shape. And when the right peptide fits in that right receptor, if it fits, it will flip a switch inside the cell. And that switch triggers a whole cascade to turn on enzymes, for gene expression to shift to make something work the way it's supposed to remind it how to work again. The whole proteins get built, metabolism now adjust and repair. If you've got injury, or you've had a chronic injury, repair process now can activate. And a lot of times we have these peptides floating around our body, but we don't have the signaling. And so one tiny signal can ripple into thousands of downstream effects. That's why some peptides have, they kind of they all have a lot of the same effects on the body, but they're each peptide is more specific. And it's why one reason peptides are so powerful, even though they're these small things, right? These small molecules, themselves, they're not the magic. It's the messaging that is. And here's something that should make everyone feel reassured instead of nervous about peptides: is that they're not foreign to your body. Your body runs on peptides. And when you're working with the right compounded version of these, they mimic exactly how your body makes and uses proteins. So your body already runs on peptides, like I said, and we're talking insulin is a peptide, glucagon is a peptide, oxytocin, your bonding hormone, that's a peptide. So your blood sugar, your mood, your repair signals, your growth signals, a lot of that is already controlled through peptides. When we use peptides therapeutically, we're not adding something unnatural. We're using the body's own language, and we're speaking it more clearly. Now, I want to address the comparison that seems to always come up. How is this different from a drug? You have to have a prescription for it. Well, many pharmaceutical drugs are designed to force a pathway. They block something, they push something, they override feedback loops, and they're absolutely a time and a place for medications when needed. But force often becomes, has side effects, and the body then becomes overridden. And peptides just work differently. They don't bulldoze the system, they signal. They interact with the receptors your body already has and lets your your physiologist, oh my gosh, I can't talk, the physiology respond. It's not this brute powerful force, it's actual precision. It's restoring communication instead of overriding it. And that difference, I mean, it matters. And that's why so many people think they are magic. So let's clear something up. They don't replace, strength training and movement. They don't replace good nutrition. You can't eat like, a 12-year-old with, no oversight. And they don't replace good quality sleep. But what they do is when you have good habits or you're trying to improve your habits, they amplify what you're already doing. So if you're strength training, recovery improves. If you're working on your metabolic health, signal improves. If inflammation has been an issue, repair pathways can activate more efficiently, and bam, all of a sudden, you don't have that shoulder injury, that pain anymore. You can work out better, or you're all of a sudden you've done everything right and you can't lose weight. And all of a sudden you get signaling working again, and all of a sudden the weight starts to come off. So when communication improves, the whole system just coordinates better. You're going to see your energy improve, recovery improve, metabolism improve, and absolutely quality of life improves. So, one final point, because quality matters, dosing matters, and oversight matters. There is a massive difference between properly sourced prescription grade peptides under medical supervision and just random products that you buy online. Like, you really want to make sure, first of all, you're working and have someone through an appropriate 503A compounded pharmacy that has, COA oversight and control, and their testing. I know that's what we use in our office. It's what we use on our telehealth platform, and we give it to ourselves. We use it on our family, and when used appropriately, peptides can be one of the most powerful tools. I promise you that we have seen in probably our lifetimes, other than maybe the introduction of insulin for metabolic repair, but also like GLP, GIP, that one just in specific does so many things, but there are so many peptides. Like there's just not weight loss peptides. There are so many peptides to do so many different things in the body. But metabolic repair is linked to everything. Inflammation and stress are the number one cause of, disease, and recovery and healthy aging. Nobody wants to look older than they are. So peptides can help with that as well. So if you've been feeling stuck and like your body isn't responding the way it used to anymore, peptides might your body isn't able to have that volume turned up for the signaling to happen, because at the end of the day, this isn't about magic, it's about the communication. And when signaling improves, everything downstream has a chance to improve too. So I hope that helps break down and help you understand a little bit more about the real power of peptides.